check, mic check. Good evening. Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. Good evening, and a warm welcome to families, friends, honored guests, Dr. Tu White, and the Springfield International Charter School Board of Trustees, Class of 2009 graduate Jean Elbon, Springfield Mayor Dominic Sarno, State Representative Orlando Ramos, and also proud parent of 2022 graduate Ariana Ramos. Springfield International Charter School faculty, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2022. Your path to this stage was not without challenge, even right up to today, but you made it here. And this is your moment and time for us to celebrate you as the first graduating class of our new Springfield International Charter School. The hour is later than we planned originally, so we will keep to our best pace and make the celebration about you, our students, as we know you all have very important plans and well-deserved celebrations afterward. One of the many unique things about our school community and SICS family is our process for selecting graduation speakers. At SICS, we like to make sure everything is earned, not given. Instead of designating speakers, we've always had a tradition where any graduating senior has an opportunity to audition to be one of the speakers at commencement, go through an interview process with several counselors and administrators, and are selected based on merit. In the many years myself and some of our counselors have been doing this, don't tell the other classes, of course they're going to hear this, but this is true. I've never been more impressed with the speakers we have today, both as students and young adults, and the wonderful speeches they're about to bestow upon our audience. So we have 3 speakers in the class of 2022 who are going to address you tonight. I'll introduce them, and then they will go up to the podium in order. First will be Ayana Burgos. Then will be Michaela Cruz. And concluding will be Michaela Denson. Well, Michaela just made it here on time, I'm glad to see, from the MIAA track and field meet. So we're proud of her for those accomplishments too. Ayana, you're up first.
Wow, these lights are like super bright. Okay, well, first and foremost, I'd like to congratulate each and every one of the SICS graduates today. I'd also like to thank Mr. Dwyer and the guidance counselors for allowing me the opportunity to be able to speak at our high school graduation alongside these absolutely brilliant women, Michaela Cruz and Michaela Denson. I'm absolutely in awe of both of you and admire you so much. Michaela, thank you so much for all the help that you've given me with all this speech. If you hear a really good line, Michaela probably wrote it. So today, as we are sitting here in our caps and gowns, we're living through one of our lives' most defining moments, one landmark within our shared timeline. In honor of that, I'd like to take us through the rest of our shared timeline. From the beginning. 2009. We walked through the doors at Sabbath for the first time as kindergarteners. This is the year we learned to read and write, and nap time was obviously the highlight of the day. 2015. We walked through the Sabbath doors for the 100th time as 6th graders. This is the year we learned cross division, and the boys are starting to smell weird, and my mom keeps saying my body's gonna change, whatever that means. 2018, we start high school. Everyone says it'll fly by in the blink of an eye, and we don't believe them. But standing here today, speaking at my high school graduation, I can say that I stand corrected. 2020. We're practically 3/4 of the way into our sophomore year when the world suddenly shuts down. What starts off as a 2-week break from school evolves into a few months, and then 2021. We're spending an entire year virtually learning. 2022. We walked through the doors at SICS for the last time as seniors. We're back on campus where it feels like just a second, and now we're at our graduation. And now, let's go back to the beginning. We're from a different perspective. 2003. I'm born into a world that doesn't know what just hit it. 2006. The woman who birthed me just 3 years prior is now a single mother. Her unwavering faith in me is something I will always be thankful for. just as she is always by my side. Mom, if you could please stand. I love you so much. 2017. I'm diagnosed with clinical depression, a mental disorder that is also always by my side. 2020. I finally learned how to hold my head high and persist through the depression and all of the hardships. I become a cheerleader. I'm an SLO student leader. I get involved in our school community in any way that I can. And then, just days before the world shuts down, I lose my cousin. The new mysterious pandemic prevents us from hosting a real funeral, forcing us to sit 6 feet apart in a time when we need physical touch the most. In a way, the break from school feels like a reprieve, a safe haven that grants me and my family the time to grieve. 2021. That safe haven quickly turns into feeling like captivity as I watch time pass me by through the screen of a Chromebook. 2022. The school year feels like a fresh start. I've never been more excited to get back into the doors at SICS, see my friends, to get involved with the newly established school. But just 2 days into my senior year, my grandmother passed away. It takes a toll on me and my family and casts a shadow on my senior year. But in a way, it makes every moment sweeter. I savor the time more. I'm even more proud of myself because my senior year and this speech are all in her honor. And while these timelines happen simultaneously, they're individual, unique, distinct. And each and every one of us has our own unique and distinct timelines, our own landmarks, our own hardships that we have overcome. While I may not know your personal timeline, you have overcome each and every obstacle that you have faced throughout. In a world where no one would have blamed us for giving up because it was all just too much, too hard, too unpredictable, we did it. We face the trials and tribulations that come with adolescence, the drama that comes with high school, and the grief and uncertainty that comes with the global pandemic, all at once. And for that, we should be infinitely times more proud of ourselves. And although these hardships are shared, and in a way have molded us into the people we are today, they are not the landmarks that define us. These hardships are the obstacles that life has thrown in your path, and landmarks are defined by how you choose to conquer them. You getting your license is a landmark. The first day at a new school is a landmark. You sitting here today as a high school graduate is a landmark. So let's say thank you to the hardships that helped strengthen and forged us, and lay them to rest. Savor the landmarks of your timeline because our timelines are only so long. Look forward to the future and wonder what comes next. Wonder what your next landmark will be. Maybe it's the start of college, a new career, taking time off to better yourself. Whatever your next landmark might be, appreciate the journey it takes to get there. Be proud of the mistakes you make along the way. Be proud of your progress. So here's to the hardships, here's to the landmarks, our timelines, and most importantly, our success. Te amo, mamá. A ti te debo mi éxito. I love you, Grandma. To you, I owe my success. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm kind of nervous and emotional, so please bear with me. I've been fantasizing about this day, about giving this speech or something like it since forever. And looking around, there are a lot of details from these fantasies that my 9th, 7th, or even 4th grade self got right. In the fall, I'll be attending my dream school, Brown University. Thank you, Emma Watson, for helping me realize this dream. And for those of you who don't know, she plays Hermione Granger in Harry Potter. I've formed and maintained friendships that I truly cherish, going all the way back to playing boys versus girls tag at recess, and girls always won, that's not up for discussion. And all the way up to our A-Push group chat, originally formed just trying to find a way to pass. I've done my best to make my family proud, although I'm not the perfect daughter by any means, and you can ask my mom how messy my room is. However, as you all could have guessed, there's a lot of things I think we all never would have guessed. One of them, although perhaps a little less dramatic than the others, is the sadness associated with today. I thought it would be a day of victory, celebrating accomplishments, eagerly anticipating the future, and more than a few thoughts expressed of good riddance. I know none of us are going to miss the school food, and anything with meatballs has been my personal worst enemy. And while all of these feelings are still very much present, there's more depth to them than expected. We are experiencing sadness associated with endings, the worries of bond being broken, and venturing into the unknown without the constant companions we've become accustomed to, some of us since kindergarten. However, that's not all it needs to be. That's not all our emotions represent. They mean beginnings, real relationships that are worth preserving, and while the unknown part may still be true, there's a network of people, a self-made family, cheering us all on. So take your moments to be sad, cry as you hug your friends goodbye, but then laugh with them and smile, knowing you'll probably be seeing them tomorrow. Remember all the amazing memories we've had the opportunity to make. Appreciate all the amazing memories and accomplishments we have to look forward to, and this amazing memory, this amazing accomplishment we're celebrating today. Now, I don't want to stand here and talk at you because we're all exiting and entering the same stages of life with minimal previous insight or information. But as someone who has lived parts of my life in fear, letting anxiety dictate my decisions, I strongly do not recommend it. I've let my fear of the unknown control so much. I usually can't even watch a new movie without looking up the plot first, and I much prefer rewatching my comfort shows for the 100th time. But it's been exhausting. Life is unpredictable. The last 2 years with COVID, virtual learning, and all the unexpected that came with it have shown us that. Fear is not going to stop life from happening, but it can stop us from enjoying it, from experiencing it to the fullest. As I enter this new stage in my life, I'm pushing fear to the side, and I'll walk into it with strength and with stride, no longer cowering. I hope you'll all heed my warning, and we can walk confidently together. Finally, there are a few thoughts I hope we'll all take with us. I hope we'll all remember to be kind to ourselves, celebrate each and every one of your accomplishments, big and small, just like we're doing today. You and your successes are worthy of celebration, and you are something to be proud of, as you are today, as well as the person you will grow to be. Then, take that kindness and pass it on to the people you interact with, through your communities, through your words, through your actions, and through your intentions. In the movements you'll represent and the change you'll ignite, lead with kindness. Looking back, it's kind of unbelievable how much we've grown since we were those bumbling 5-year-olds, crying as our parents dropped us off to extended day before school, clamoring over each other to get one of Mrs. Wood's smellies. Before we do leave, I want to recognize those who have helped shape the impressive adults we will walk away as. At SICS, we've had the unique opportunity to be led by our teachers and staff at every stage. So when I say your name, please rise for a moment of recognition. We got to have teachers like Mr. Cusick and Mr. Amrich. They invested in us in 8th grade, and now they get to see us off, so thank you. Counselors like Mr. Campagna. Who spend hours with us, editing our essays, as well as dreaming with us of our futures. Organizations like SLO, which let us express who we are as individuals before we even understood the importance or significance of what that meant. Because of this environment, I've been able to stay in touch with that little girl with big dreams, while leaving as a young woman I know she would be incredibly proud and in awe of. I know, just like the events that led us here today, the future is scary, unpredictable, and exciting. The only thing we can be sure of is that it will be challenging and emotional. What we do have power over is the people we choose to be as we face the future, and not allowing fear to prevent us from embracing our emotions. Congrats, class of 2022. Let's take this moment to be extremely proud as the first graduating class of Springfield International Charter School.
I am also kind of nervous, so yeah. Good evening, class of 2022, parents and staff, and all of those who came to commemorate this day and celebrate with us. It is surreal to think of the amount of decisions we made that allow us to sit here on June 4th, 2022, waiting to turn our tassels to the left side. The numerous yeses and nos. Our parents saying yes to writing our first, middle, and last name into the lottery of this high-achieving school 13 years ago. Saying no and wearing the light-up twinkle toe shoes, which classified you as twinkle toe shoes is classified you as the most popular kindergartner on the first day instead of the black dress shoes your mom picked out for you. Making the decision of allowing a student to sit next to you during lunch who became your best friend for the next 8 years of your life. In 8th grade, saying no to enrolling into a different school in the city of Springfield to finish off our last 4 years. These yeses and nos inadvertently established a class of 2022 family. We've had laughs and smiles that were contagious, sad conversations, encountered a few disagreements, and celebrated each other's accomplishments together. We've created many memories and bonds that will stay with us for the rest of our lives. Our high school experience was shaped by the decisions we made every day for the last 4 years. Although our lives may have gone through different paths, we all share the same significant marker in both the beginning of this journey and the end. The shaping of my high school experience commenced in 7th grade. I seized an opportunity not given to most to play sports in middle school for SICS at a high school level. I could have become the best center in Springfield International Charter School history, but I said no to basketball and said yes to track and field. I dedicated my time and energy into a sport I love to play, instead of being influenced by those who try to narrate my success story. The decision to say yes opened doors for me I never knew existed. Thank you, class of 2022, for being authentic and selfless. To the teachers who still managed to keep our attention during the long 7 50-minute classes we had daily, especially online when our beds started to look better than the A some of us longed for. Thank you for seeing our potential to be great. I want to personally thank Mr. Campagna for building up the confidence in me to say yes and allowing him to make the call to the Harvard track and field coach when I expected a no. I hope you all leave here feeling accomplished. Learn to live for you and love what you do, and watch growth have nowhere else to go but up. Create your own success story and make sure it includes drive, passion, love, dedication, but most importantly, happiness. Life is what you make of it. I hope you all decide to make yours great. This is the start of a new journey, a fresh slate. Choose your new yeses and nos wisely, as they will shape your future self for the next years to come. Congratulations, class of 2022.
Let's give another round of applause for our student speakers. All three of the speakers you just heard from will be receiving have their full financial aid met at the colleges and universities they're attending in the fall. Now, while the financial grants and aids, scholarships, and awards are still rolling in, so this number will increase. Our graduates are already over $10 million total in financial awards to schools. I'd also like to recognize the fact that over 2/3 of our graduates will become first-generation college students in the fall. Now, as that number would indicate, we certainly don't have time tonight to give out all the awards that our students won. Some were given out previously last week at an award ceremony, but we have a few important ones that we'd like to highlight tonight, and a few speakers that will designate those to the students who have earned those awards. We will have Mr. Ryan Gable, our athletic director, giving out a Booster Club scholarship. Mr. Tom Campagna, our lead college and career counselor, giving out the Moretta Thompson Legacy, he's giving out the Catherine Moki Scholarship. And Jennifer Bayman, also one of our counselors, who will be giving out the Moretta Thompson Legacy Award. Mr. Gable.
Thank you. All right, good evening. I'm excited to stand here tonight to present the annual Booster Club Scholarship to two deserving student athletes. The Booster Club is made up of volunteers who lead the efforts to support our student athletes through a variety of ways. The Booster Club fundraises to assist our teams with resources they may need to be successful. Each year, the Booster Club provides our junior class with their varsity jackets at no cost to the students. We had many deserving candidates apply for this year's scholarship, and we feel that this year's recipients embody the qualities that the Booster Club looks for in a student athlete. The Booster Club Scholarship is awarded based on the merits of 5 categories: athletic success, academic success, community service, letters of recommendation, and non-sport school participation. Tonight, we will award 2 $1,000 scholarships to student athletes who encapsulate those 5 categories. Our first winner is a member of the cross-country, cheer, and track and field team. She is known for a strong work ethic and being an exemplary teammate. I am proud to present the Booster Club Scholarship to Nadia Nowicki. Our second winner has been a long-standing member of our basketball and baseball teams. He's the ultimate team player who will do anything to help the team win. I'm proud to present the Booster Club Scholarship to Colin Considine.
Whoops. Feisty, a spitfire, full of energy, a bit mischievous, intelligent, a leader, fun-loving, caring. I suppose I could go on and on describing Kate Mauke, but then again, I could never adequately describe the girl who stole our hearts as both a middle and high school student at SICS. I first met Kate when she was in the 6th or 7th grade. I've tried to pinpoint exactly when it was, but with Kate back then, it was always hit or miss, as she seemed to be moving to something else, even as she left others to pick up the pieces she left behind. Wherever Kate went, whether it was a debate competition, a cross-country race, a volunteer community service, she represented her family, her school, and the city of Springfield in a positive way. I have literally hundreds of Kate Mauke stories, but Mr. Dwyer said I could only tell one. So I hope you'll bear with me as I recount my favorite. Despite all that she had accomplished, like many of us, Kate had those moments of insecurity as well. I remember how she told me on many, many occasions how she had done so poorly on her SAT exams. I kept pushing her to turn in her official score sheet, but in her own way, she just batted those eyes and said, "I'll get them to you later." Well, later never came, because one day Kate came into my office and she was near tears because she revealed she was so afraid of those SAT exams that she'd never taken them. We quickly refocused our college search process, and we developed a list of excellent schools that didn't require the SAT. In fact, Smith College was so enamored of her candidacy that they were set to accept her almost immediately upon receipt of her application. And while all of this was going on, Kate finally relented and agreed to register and take the SAT during the January testing period. Well, guess what? We had a blizzard, and the SAT January date was canceled. And lo and behold, she said, "I'll register for February." And Kate did take the February test. And in typical Mauke fashion, she said to me, "Mr. Campagna, I aced it." Sadly, Kate never learned of her scores. But as was usually the case with Kate Mauke, she was right. Despite all her worries of a poor performance, Kate aced the SAT. Her composite score placed her in the top 10% of her class and would have helped her gain admission to most any school on her list. The rest of the story is that Kate isn't with us today, and we miss her attitude, her smile, and her positive, upbeat personality. Today, we honor her life and give thanks to the Mauke family for starting and maintaining this scholarship fund so Kate gets to play a significant role in helping to fund the college experience for some of our students. Thank you to the Mauke family. If anyone is here, could you stand, please? Our first recipient has been an active multi-year member of the SICS Model Congress team, joining as a quiet 9th grade student. Over the years, she's gained an increased confidence, and her poise at the podium has been masterful. This past year, she was instrumental in coaching a large group of new incoming team members, and her legacy with Model Congress, Model UN, will be the bar for others to aspire to. She plans to enroll at the University of Hartford in the fall. Let's welcome our first recipient of the Kate Mauke Scholarship, Kayla Hoyt. Picture? Our second recipient is an obvious choice, as he has been an honor student, a successful student athlete, and an aspiring political figure. He has a charisma that causes others, teammates and opponents alike, to be drawn to him while at competitions. This individual has been part of 2 different best delegation teams, showcasing his ability to work well with others. Planning to enroll at George Washington University in the fall, our second Mauke Scholarship recipient is Michael Scoville. Our final Mauke Scholarship recipient today is a leader who has an artful skill of mentoring and helping those around her. She began earning individual competition awards as a 9th grade student, and her ability to encourage others while turning in multiple award-winning performances herself is superb. She plans to enroll at UMass Amherst in the fall. Our final Mauke Scholarship recipient tonight is Gwyneth Straw. Congratulations to the recipients, and thank you again to the Mauke family. Thank you so much.
In each graduating class, the Moretta Thompson Award honors one student that has demonstrated academic excellence. This award holds meaning in the SICS community as it is named after our former director. Moretta Thompson challenged our scholars to present their best work and to act with integrity. For the second time in the history of this award, we have 2 exceptional students that have tied neck and neck to receive our Legacy Award. Both of these scholars were enrolled in our most challenging courses and maintained a 4.3 GPA, which is the highest GPA that we award. On behalf of the SICS community, I am honored to award the Moretta Thompson Legacy Award to Nadia Nowicki, and Michaela Cruz.
Thank you, Mr. Gable, Mr. Campagna, and Ms. Bayman, and congratulations to those winners. A few more awards to recognize today. Another tradition at SICS is to award a faculty scholarship each year. Our generous staff and faculty donate funds a week before graduation, each May or June, and select a senior based on character and academics that they feel is most deserving of this award. And also donate to the cause. This year's winner is a perfect model of how the new curriculum at SICS has helped our students. Our guidance team sat with her as a sophomore when her GPA was below a 3.0 as a new student and challenged her to see the best in herself and produce results accordingly. And now 2 years later, even through the challenges of the pandemic and remote learning, she had a 3.9 going into final exams, and reviewing grades that's likely to bump over a 4.0 when her final transcript is finalized next week. She's a student who's always kind to others, kind to her teachers, and gets the most out of their instruction and talent. She's enrolling in Eastern Connecticut State University in the fall, where she will pursue creative writing and continue her passion for theater and arts. And I'd like to thank our faculty and staff because this year's donations set a record for the time we've been doing this award. This year's faculty scholarship winner is Ms. Tiana Lopez. Now, this last award that I'm going to speak about this evening happened so quickly, it was a pleasant surprise, it didn't even make the program. Miss Maria Alban, if you're here, can you join me on stage? Ms. Alban stopped by Thursday afternoon to see us at school, pleasantly surprising us. There are no words, Ms. Alban, for the respect our community has for your strength and your generosity. Davian Alban, her son, member of the class of 2021, has been with us in spirit and guided last year's senior class through the challenges of the pandemic, remote learning, and not being with us. He's here with us today in spirit, as is his strong family, who's had too many members of our community to even count. Her grandson, Christian, is graduating today. Another family member, Jean, I will be introducing soon, who's going to speak to us and taking the lead on our new and improved Alumni Association. She came to school on Thursday with 2 scholarship opportunities coming directly from the savings of her son, Davian. She wanted the school to pick 2 winners of graduating seniors who embodied his spirit. Mr. Companion and I thought about this, and it was a difficult choice to make. But one of the many loves of Davian that was evident throughout his career was his passion for his soccer and his soccer teammates. After reflection, the choices became obvious. So we have 2 winners who will be receiving checks next week. Please join me on stage as the first winners of this award coming directly from the Alban family. Miss Jillian Meggett. And Mr. Emery Aponte. We're privileged to be able to hear from 4 honored guests tonight, who I'll introduce all first and then have them speak to you in that order. Now that we are a new school, Springfield International Charter School, one of our major priorities for next year, and after tonight we'll have over 1,500 graduates, is to really revamp our Alumni Association. And we've been reaching out to the many graduates of our halls to come back to campus and contribute. One of our alumni from the class of 2009 and her family has been very interested in helping us take the lead on that, and you'll hear from tonight, who will be Jean, now Mendoza, but formerly Albon, of the class of 2009. After her, we are very honored to have Dr. Tu White, the head of our Board of Trustees, addressing the class of 2022. We are thankful and indebted for Dr. White's leadership through the Board of Trustees, which has gotten us to this point. And we've had a remarkable year in the first year of our new model, and we're just getting started because the best is yet to come. Mayor Dominic Sarno is with us tonight, even though a very busy day. And Mayor Sarno has always been very committed to our school, showing up at numerous events, graduations, athletic events, and National Honor Society induction ceremonies. Mayor Sarno has been a supporter from day one and has always been here for us. And concluding our honored guest remarks will be State Representative Orlando Ramos. Just like Mayor Sarno, from Springfield, and has been committed to this community ever since, and has had a special relationship with our school. So we thank all four speakers and are going to enjoy their remarks tonight. Ms. Mendoza.
What a night. Y'all made me cry. Good evening. You made it. You're here at your high school graduation. Congratulations, class of 2022. You don't have to clap again. It's okay. I'd like to thank Tom Campagna, Principal Brendan Dwyer, and all of you for having me here, inviting me to speak to you all today, especially our seniors. I couldn't be more humbled as an alumni of what used to be Sabas and now SICS, and I'm truly honored to be here in front of you all who are the first class to graduate under this new era. My name is Jean Mendoza, for some of you who don't know me, formerly Alban. I am one of 10 family members who have attended SICS. So shout out to Christian. There you go. Who is my not so little cousin anymore, and who is graduating today. A little bit about me. I was born and raised in Springfield, Mass. I am currently the Director of Marketing and Communications for UMass Auxiliary Enterprises. So hopefully I'll be seeing some of you around campus. Just let me know and you'll get a free swipe to get a meal. Now, I would like you all to look around. Look at those who are here for you. Mom, dads, siblings, cousins, friends, grandparents, mentors, teachers, coaches, thank you. Because of you, your high school graduate believed in themselves and will be walking across the stage to accept their diplomas. For the loved ones who are no longer with us, just know that they're proud of you. And they'll always be a part of who you are and who you will become. Graduates, after today, you will start a new chapter, a fresh new beginning. Some of you are on your way to college, attending schools like Harvard, Brown, Smith College, UMass Amherst, and many more. Some of you will be starting your career in a trade, including cosmetology and electrical wiring. And some of you will be joining the military to serve this country. Thank you for your service. It felt like yesterday I did my senior walk through the halls, just as you did not so long ago. And I just looked at all the elementary school kids looking up in awe as we chanted our "Oh 9, oh so fine" chant. Yeah, we had a chant. It was kind of funny. And this was 13 years ago, so you must have been almost in school. You're in pre-K, so you weren't there yet. And today, due to a global pandemic, half of your high school time has been spent through a Zoom screen, hours on end trying to figure out the unknown, but you persevered. With every negative, there's a positive. You learned how to multitask, how to use the unmute and mute buttons on Zoom. You learned how to set up virtual meetings and how to adjust during the unexpected. Sabbath has taught me that together with the community built around me, anything is possible. I was never an athlete at SICS. Sorry, I said Sabbath. SICS. But I was a competitive gymnast at a club gym. And knowing how demanding my extracurriculars were, my teachers and faculty here supported me, whether that was being absent due to an away meet or understanding why I slept through math class, Mr. Abdul Wadud's class, due to practice running late the night before. But all jokes aside, SICS has allowed me to excel through my studies and allowed me to get into Temple University on an academic and athletic scholarship. My time at Temple was not perfect, and being a student athlete was not easy. Coming from a small class of 82 to a big state school of 30,000 students, I had to learn how to manage schoolwork, gymnastics, friends, dating life, and even finding time to nap was a challenge in and of itself. In the summer of junior year, my now husband and I welcomed our first baby. We thought that coming back to Western Mass and putting our college degree on hold was our only option. Before leaving Temple for what we thought was for the last time, we decided to continue our college journey with a newborn. And I decided to make a comeback to compete for the Temple Owls for another 2 years. And today we both received our bachelor degrees in 2014, and today we're working in higher education. So I tell this story not only to hopefully inspire you and let you know that everything will be okay, no matter what you're thinking, you can get through it. So I'll leave you with these life lessons. Number 1, always do what is right, not what is easy. You can let that sink in and resonate with you however it relates. For me, this meant continuing to reach my goals, even though it consisted of late nights, crying, and lots of caffeine. Lesson number 2, if you don't ask, you won't get. Always advocate for yourself and know that you can achieve anything with hard work and consistency. You're the only one standing in your way, so go out and get it. Number 3, never forget where you came from. SICS, Springfield, and Western Mass will always have a place for you and are full of opportunities for when you return one day. So when you go out into the world and become the young professionals you have dreamt of being, never forget where it all started. Keep SICS in your network because you never know who you may need in the future. So take a look around and look at your classmates, the person sitting next to you. These are your next doctors, lawyers, coaches, teachers, politicians, business owners, artists, you name it. Together you will make wonders, and I know you are set to make the world a better place for those who will come after you. Congratulations to the class of 2022.
Good evening. I rise to bring greetings on behalf of the Board of Trustees. I am joined this evening by our Vice Chair, Mr. Freddie Lopez. You can clap for him. Mr. Todd Fairman, our Treasurer. Miss Anne Marie Nicolai, our secretary. Mr. Louis Aponte. Attorney Darrell Johnson. And Ms. Sandra Shaw. Thank you. I'm thankful for our special guest, Mayor Sarno, Representative Ramos, and all of our distinguished guests this evening. First, I want to thank Mr. Justin Baker, our interim director, and the entire leadership team for your hard work in making this school year possible. Starting July 1st, 2021, we embarked upon a 45-day transition to school from a managed school to a self-managed school. And Mr. Baker and his leadership team worked tirelessly to make sure this happened, and I am so grateful for your leadership. Let's thank Mr. Baker and the entire leadership team. Thank you to our principals, directors, etc. Thank you so much. To the class of 2022, I want to say pivot is crucial to your development and to your maturation. Things may not be going as it should, and your ability to pivot and stay on the growing edge will keep you making something of your life and making the most of your life. As a school, we are committed to remaining on the growing edge by offering competitive compensation and benefits for our entire staff, by listening to the recommendations of our leadership team, educators, parents, and students. As a school, we are committed to remaining on the growing edge by improving student-to-staff ratio, by reducing classroom sizes, and adding additional space and educators. We remain on the growing edge by redoing our parking lot and increasing parking spaces for our staff and students. We remain on the growing edge by building a tennis court, by adding a swimming program, and the much-anticipated football program. We remain on the growing edge. Life demands it, life requires it, that all of the intellect, wisdom that we have, that we use it to the best of our ability and remain on the growing edge. You remain on the growing edge as a school by staying true to our core and our mission statement. We are a college preparatory school that provides top quality education on a non-selective basis to all students. We teach these students to perform to the best of their ability, to achieve academic success in a global context, and prepare graduates to attend colleges and universities. We remain on the growing edge because we develop and strengthen students' ethical, moral, and civic values, empowering you with the knowledge and skills and social judgment you will need to face the challenges of the times. We believe that students with a Springfield International Charter School education, especially in a multicultural setting, will be able to provide leadership throughout this world. We remain on the growing edge. To the class of 2022, you should remain on the growing edge by staying true to your core. In the words of Edgar A. Guest, your core is yourself. He says these words, I have to live with myself, and so I want to be fit for myself to know. I want to be able, as the days go by, always to look myself straight in the eye. I don't want to stand with the setting sun and hate myself for the things I've done. I don't want to place on the closet shelf a lot of secrets about myself and fool myself as I come and go into thinking no one else would ever know the kind of person I really am. I don't want to dress myself up in sham. But whatever happens, I want to be self-respecting and conscience-free. Remain on the growing edge.
Good evening, everyone. This is a celebration, am I correct? So tell me, the class of 2022, how does it feel? To the parents of the class of 2022, how does it feel? The parents always win, they're louder. To the board chairman, my friend, Pastor Dr. Atu White, to the board of trustees, to the administration and staff of the Springfield International Charter School, Brendan Dwyer, my dear, dear friend Tommy Campagna, to my friend and state representative Orlando Ramos. It's a very special night for him. His daughter Ariana is graduating. I remember her when she was making pocket squares, Orlando, which I bought a few from her too. So I know this is very heartfelt. She'll be selling them for $20 after graduation as you leave here. To special shout out to a couple families, to the Denson family, Michaela, your brother was my intern, Michael, congratulations. To the Merriam family, Chris Marion, I know there's a graduate, and the Schuberg family, congratulations on your graduations too. Now, you didn't get through this journey by yourself. You had a support system, and that was your family, your mom and dad, and you know, they put a roof over your head, they put clothes on your back, they put food in your tummy, and sometimes, every once in a while, a little tough love because they know you can and will succeed. Now's the time to give your parents and family a big round of applause. You also had a second family that was a dedicated staff of Springfield International Charter School. And I know sometimes they might get on your case, but they do that because they care about you and they know that you can and will succeed. And some of the speakers already mentioned some of those administrators and teachers. Let's give them a big round of applause. You know what? It has been surreal these last 2 or 2.5 years. And you have shown through your perseverance and your fortitude that nothing is going to stop you. And some of you are going to move on to higher education. Some of you are going to move on into workforce. And some of you are going to move on into military service, and Godspeed to each and every one of you. By the way, veterans, please stand up. Let's give our veterans a big round of applause. Now, your foundation has been laid at home from your mom and dad and your family, and your skills have been honed by the administration, teachers, and staff at Springfield International Charter School. So it really peeves me at times when I have to hear people, whether in the city of Springfield, whether in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, whether in the United States of America, that indicate a zip code is going to dictate your future. You continue to prove them wrong, and you dictate your future. Now, believe it or not, some of you are going to go on to lead right here in the city of Springfield. Some in the state, some in America, and even some in the world. Now, some might be in front of the camera, and some might be behind the scenes, solving problems and making for a better community. And that's extremely important, to give back. There were people there to help you, and to be proud of yourself, your family, Springfield International Charter School, and the city of Springfield. Many a times in the media, urban centers are depicted in a negative light, especially our young people. Tonight, you are a shining example of the beautiful mosaic of the city of Springfield. So the last thing I'm going to say, because I know you want to get your diplomas and get out of here. Would it have been better if when I first stood up and just got up and said, that concludes my remarks, so I would have got a standing ovation? I'm giving you a hint, Orlando. One thing, there was a special quote, and I want to make sure I get it right. Booker T. Washington was a famed African-American writer and educator. And especially to you young people, in this day and age of social media, Facebook, Instagram, all these other things that you do, and peer pressure, I want you to remember this. With soft skills, little things mean a lot about saying please and thank you, being on time or actually being out early, dressing properly, saying that you're going to go above and beyond. Let me tell you something, because your resume at that point in time might not have all that experience, but when you get in front of that career opportunity, that person, he or she, is going to say, there's something about that young lady, that young man. There's a little moxie in him. You know what? This other person has everything on the I'm going to give this kid a shot. Remember that. So, here we go. Booker T. Washington said, associate yourself with people of good quality, for it is better to be alone than to be in bad company. Congratulations, good health, and God bless you all.
Good evening, class of 2022. I'd like to start off with a little bit of trivia, if you don't mind. Did you know, Dr. White, Mayor Sarno, I believe you know, graduates, did you know that the world-famous Michael Jordan crying meme originated right here in this very building, on this stage, at this podium? Now, the reason why I bring that up is because as I woke up this morning and I realized that I was going to be speaking at my daughter's graduation, I promised myself that I would not become the next crying meme. So I'm not going to cry. You know, when I was asked to be a speaker at this ceremony this evening, I immediately accepted the invitation. One, because I have been a proud parent at this school since my daughter entered kindergarten, but also because as was mentioned before, this is a special day for me as my daughter, Ariana Ramos, is also graduating this evening. You know, I was told by an old friend of mine who passed away, unfortunately, a few years ago. May he rest in peace. He once told me when I was a young father that being a great father is like shaving. No matter how well you shave today, you're going to have to do it all over again tomorrow. And that's just a reminder to all of us as parents that our job is not done. Although we are happy and ecstatic to be here as parents of graduates this evening, and we know, and I cannot express how proud I am of you today, but we know our job is not done. And I'm still not going to cry. But to the parents, fathers, and mothers who are out there who have put in a lot of work and effort over the past 18 years to help you get to this moment, I believe that you also deserve to be acknowledged. So to the fathers and the mothers who are here, please stand and be recognized. Now, let me be clear that you may be receiving the diploma, but we're taking the credit. We deserve a trophy. I think all parents should get a trophy at graduation. But all jokes aside, congratulations to the class of 2022. You've accomplished this despite the many challenges associated with the COVID-19 pandemic. And believe me when I tell you, I can relate. I ran for this position in the middle of the pandemic. And because of the many changes, this first term has been much different than anything the Massachusetts legislature has ever seen. But I refuse to look at that adversely. Instead, I accept it as a sign of resiliency, and so should you. You have graduated in the face of adversity, and you should be extremely proud of yourselves. Class of 2022, please stand and be acknowledged. Last year, I had the honor and the privilege of speaking before the class of 2021, and I spoke to them about 7 specific words: forward, failure, forgiveness, friends, family, freedom, and fun. What those words share in common are 2 things. One, obviously, they all start with the letter F. But secondly, and most importantly, I truly believe that the valuable lessons carried in those words are words that are going to help shape your lives moving forward. Now, I won't repeat them all because I believe I'm the last person standing before you and your diploma. And so I'll keep it short, but I do want to focus on the word failure. Failure is a part of life. Do not fear failure. Failure does not equate demise. Failure can be an excellent teacher. I'll tell you a brief story about myself. In 2009, I ran for public office for the very first time, and I poured my heart and soul into the campaign. I worked very hard on that campaign, and I lost by 80 votes. 2 years later, in 2011, I ran again. Same opponent, same seat. I thought all I needed to do was to work just a little bit harder. If I could just do the same thing I did 2 years ago, just a little bit harder, I could overcome that 80-vote margin. But again, I lost, this time by 40 votes. And at that point, I gave up. I said, I'm never running for public office again. But it was actually my daughter who would not let me give up. She guilted me into running by using my very own words against me and reminded me that I always told her not to give up. I ran again in 2013. I didn't necessarily work harder, I worked smarter. I learned from my mistakes. I ran a more efficient campaign, and this time I won by 432 votes, a 2-to-1 margin. It's been said and it's been written before that the only true failure in life is when you stop trying. In fact, I can pretty much guarantee that the most successful people that you will meet in your lifetime are people who have failed over and over and over again, but keep trying and keep pushing forward until they found success. And I have no doubt that because of the first-class education that you have received at Springfield International Charter School, that each and every one of you will be successful in your endeavors and you will make the city of Springfield proud. And I will leave you with these words, once spoken by a man much wiser than I. Sometimes you will never know the true value of a moment until it becomes a memory. So be sure to embrace those around you, your family and friends who are here, who care about you, and make this truly special moment a wonderful memory. Ariana, I love you. Congratulations to you to the rest of the class of 2022 from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts General Court. Congratulations.
Thank you again to all our speakers for those wonderful speeches and words of wisdom. Before our diplomas are bestowed upon the class, let's enjoy some musical performances from your classmates, our chorus and band, under the direction of our musical director, Mr. Scott Sazanecki.
We're good.
It's been a long day without you, my friends, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Dang, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through. That I'd be standing right here and talking to you about another path. I thought we loved to hit the road and laugh. Something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever paid. Now I'll see you in a better place. And how could we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Anything I went through, you were standing there by my side. And now you won't be with me for the last ride.
Been a long day without you, my friends, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
First we both go out your way and the vibe is feeling strong. And what's small turn to a friendship turn to a bond. And that bond will never be broken, the love will never get lost. And when brotherhood comes first, then the line will never be crossed. We established that on our own, so that line had to be drawn. And that line is what we reach, so remember me when I'm gone. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Anything I went through, you were standing there by my side. And now you won't be with me for the last ride.
Let the light guide your way. Hold every memory as we go. And every road you take will always see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you
I'm not gonna hold you. It's a little bit chilly up here, so you know the vocals aren't as crisp as they could be, but you know, we're gonna do it anyway. All right, you guys should know this one though. You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, you just remember what your old pal said. Yeah, you've got a friend in me. Boy, you've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. Oh, you've got a friend in me. You've got troubles, I've got them too. There isn't anything that I wouldn't do for you. We stick together and we see things through. 'Cause you've got a friend in me. 'Cause you've got a friend in me.
Some other folks might be a little bit smarter than I am, bigger and stronger too, maybe, but none of them will ever love you the way I do. Just me and you, boy, and as the years go by, our friendship will never die.
Never die.
You're gonna see it's our
Destiny. 'Cause you've got a friend in me. Yeah, you've got a friend in me. Oh, you've got a friend in me. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we did this. I'd like to remind everyone this event is being live streamed on YouTube right now, so hopefully a lot of people saw that. But immediately after the ceremony is concluded, the link is on the front of our website, so you can go on at any time and rewatch the graduation, and no one will blame you if you skip right ahead to those performances. If you want to make Kevin and Tejor and the rest famous, make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons there too. So, all of our students, but very well done. That was outstanding, and a good prelude to the important part. Let our student speakers and performers take their seats, and I'd like to introduce Mr. Justin Baker, our interim director, and again, thank him, as was said earlier, for transitioning us through this challenging but exciting time in our school history leading up to our first graduation with the Springfield International Charter School. And now the important part, and I just want to make a quick logistical announcement, because once we get the diplomas, it's really celebration time. If you are riding a shuttle bus back afterwards, they will be lined up in front of Symphony Hall, and 2 of them will go back 15 minutes afterwards. If need be, we'll do a second round 30 minutes afterwards, so just be aware of that if you need the buses. And now the best part, Mr. Baker.
I ask that all seniors before me please stand. By the power vested in me by the Springfield International Charter School Board of Trustees, I am confirming and certifying that the students before me have met the graduation requirements of Springfield International Charter School as the class of 2022. Graduates, please move your tassel from right to left. Congratulations.
Nyasia Adamus. Ayana Emery Burgos. Michaela Lily Cruz. Michaela Sheree Denson. Allison Rose Marion. Nadia Nowicki. Brandon Lee Fomasith. Rebecca Grace Scheffler. Gwyneth Jane Straw. Emily Nguyen Tran. Ariana Acevedo. Christian Angel Alban. Emery Teofilo Aponte. Camilo Arango. Danielle Carolyn Atayan. Amara Grace Audette. Tom Blaze. Sydney Borges. Gregory Daniel Brown. Miles Anthony Brown. Frankie Cardona. Sauna Nia Charles. Mariah Miracle Christopher. Saraya Lene Colby. Colin Edward Considine. Matthew Considine. Cheyenne Cooley. Giovanni Manuel Cruz. Sydney Lynn Collins. London Davila. Donovan Earl DeLude. Aviana Janice Escobar. Jacob Michael Evans. Emily Lynette Figueroa. Ramses Garcia Lopez. Lorenzo Breon Gill. Michael Robert Girard Budd. Daniel Goncharenko. Asia Monet Grant. Amaya Monet Harris. Tajor Anthony Charles Hayes Phillips. Kayla Lena Hoyt. Kaylin Jenny. Benjamin Jesse. Nara Monet Marie Lee Johnson. Eric Kibara. Annalise Kiana LeBoy. Mackenzie Naomi Laporte. Davian Lopez. Tiana Marie Lopez. Emma Catherine Magua. Victoria Mancini. Deonce Atricia Marsh. Yasmin Marietta Martinez. Evan Michael McClendon. Jillian Taylor Meggett. Doc Claire Mercier. Riley Mason Miles. Adriana Gabrielle Moncrief. Mackenzie Ronald Mungen. Jacob Howard Mueller. Nia Christina Mervin. Anderson Nunez, Jr. Kevin Manuel Olivas Cruz. Chelsea Faith O'Quinn. Jayliana Leasia Pagan. Giovanni Ramirez. Ariana Ramos. Malia Ramos. Shanae Elizabeth Reed. Jenna Isabella Ritz. Jahir Elijah Rivera. Janice Rivera. Leilani Rosa Willa. Sadie Margaret Santinello. Michael Paul Scoville. Rayana Tanika Shubrick. Dominic James Smith. Phasia Alexandria Suarez. Luriani Tavares. Ashley Naomi Tom. Jade Amari Thomas Stinson. Elizabeth Magdalena Villa. Jaden Isaiah O'Neal Walker. Monet Yvonne Wallace. Matthew Eric Walls, Jr. Jonas Wilborn. Mary Wong. Matthew Nathan Raga. And our final graduate from the class of 2022, Sadie Elizabeth Yelnick.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, congratulations again. If you are again riding the bus, we will have 2 shuttles, 15 minutes and 30 minutes afterwards. Time to process out. Have a happy, safe celebration. Congratulations to our graduates. Go Bulldogs.